What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another toy manga review. Today is a special one. We are going to be reviewing the Mezco 112 Collective Iron Man Mark III. He is quickly becoming my favorite Mezco figure. I'm sorry, Gambit, that's just how it's playing out. Let's get this bad boy out of the box, get his amazing accessories out of the box, go over all of that good stuff, do some size comparisons. You know the drill. Let's go. So out of the box, this guy is amazing. The articulation's great. He is so heavy. He's got the die cast, boots. His boots are die cast. His gauntlets, his head, his chest, I want to say his waist and his pelvic area. Of course, trying to move his legs is tough, but let's start at the top. You got a full head rotation, and that's without even moving the neck peg. With the neck peg, you get some additional movement. So it's going to be awesome for those flying poses. It's going to be awesome. His leg kind of slides up and down, but it is just fantastic. I can't get enough of this figure. I really can't. Perfect T-pose, effortless, bada bing. No butterfly joint, which I don't know if that's standard for Mezcos, but I would have appreciated one. But it's okay because this figure's just great. Double jointed elbow that you can't really take full advantage of, but you get slightly better than 90 degrees on both of those elbows. Alright, you got full rotation on your shoulders. Wrists are on a ball joint there. You got full rotation, obviously. Plus you got the wrist movement there. Alright, ab crunch is, it's decent. Considering his whole chest is die cast, it's pretty amazing. The back crunch is going to be great because obviously you're going to be wanting to do a lot of flying, and this just works out amazingly. The waist really doesn't move at all, but you got, full rotation on your upper torso. Now the legs really don't do much. Well, I say that as I get them into almost a full split. So yeah, you got almost a full split, but this has the drop down. So you got thigh swivel. Sorry, I missed that. Bicep swivel. You also have a swivel on the gauntlets. Those just spin. However you want to do those. They drop down. So you're gonna drop that down, and then it enables you to get a little bit more out of him. But then it gets stuck, so you just gotta be careful. Just make sure you tuck that back in before you get back and try to move that out. But it does get very, very loose when you drop it. But the second you click that back in, he's still kind of loose. But this could just be my figure. It just does that. Extremely loose. I was very, very worried, but once you kind of click that back in, it really isn't that terrible. But you got a double jointed knee. That bends great. You get more than 90 there, which is amazing. Both knees are great. You got a boot swivel, which is fantastic. Ankles are, they don't move too well, but you get an ankle rocker, which is very nice. Move that a little closer. All right. Paired with all the thigh swivel and all the other intense articulation, it makes for a very articulate figure that, really you wouldn't expect considering all of the die cast and heavy, materials. But what I'm gonna go out on a limb and say is the absolute killer feature with this figure here is gonna be the magnetic faceplate. That is just absolutely killer. It sticks right onto the top here, so you can get that really cool open mask look open helmet look. It's just immaculate. Also, on the inside of this mask, there's a little HUD. It's just killer, the amount of effort and design that went into this figure. Oh, there we go. I just shoved it in there a little more. Now the leg is a little better. You just kind of got to muscle it in there to get him to kind of stand a little better. Another feature that this figure has that I assume most of you that are watching this know is that when you remove that back plate, boom, light up arc reactor. That is killer. I'm gonna cut out these lights here so you can kind of get a full grasp of how bright this actually is. Look at that. That is pretty damn bright for, you know, this little light that takes the smallest batteries you'll ever find in the entire planet. But that just, turn that off, save some battery, save some juice. That plugs right back in. But yeah, loose legs is a drawback, but again, this figure was used. I did not get this new. I now know for next time. I plan on getting the stealth variant. That one I'm going to be buying new, and I'm going to hope that it doesn't have the same issues. And again, I don't fault Mezco, because that is clearly not a Mezco thing. That is just what happens when you get used figures that have been displayed. Not everybody likes to be honest as to what the condition is on these guys. But let's get into these amazing killer accessories it comes with, and we'll be right back. Okay, so to dive into these amazing effects, we're gonna start with my favorite, is our unibeam. Comes straight out of his chest. The light passes through it pretty efficiently, and that is literally just going to plug in. Let's see how easily, this is my first time doing this here, so let's see how easy this is gonna be. Boom, that pops right off. All right, and then this, we're gonna follow the little keys on there. That's gonna plug right in. All right, and then let's see how the light passes through that. That passes through pretty well. Let's go ahead and get the lights off. Yeah, that passes through almost completely. That's beautiful. That is just absolutely beautiful. So let's pop that off. Let's get this back on. And those just plug in really nice. All right, let's get his back on. Okay, let's get old loose leg plugged back, or stood back up here. Okay. Then we're gonna get our repulsor shots here. Those are gonna go into our open hands that we have. Those are gonna plug right in, and you have that. Beautiful, just absolutely beautiful. Okay, we're gonna get 2 of those, and then you're gonna get 4 of these. Now these, I believe, are gonna be for his feet. He's got little holes there, and you could just pop them right in. If you want to pop all 4 in, you can do that. Sorry, my meaty hand is blocking everything. But right there, that'll give you your flight effects. And again, you got 4, and there are 4 holes down there. You can get all 4 in there. You could also use them with the repulsor shot hands too. Excuse my obnoxious blocking here. But those also fit into our open palms, and you can use those as like cool little short range blasts. Works beautifully. And those just knocked everything out of the way. You're also going to get these kind of relaxed action kind of palms. I guess that's kind of a contradiction, huh? And then another really cool feature is that he's got these little hip things here. Those, I believe, just pop off. Let's see if we can do this on camera without breaking the figure. Yeah, you know what? I'm not having much luck with this. I don't know if these just pull off. Yes, they do. There's a little peg there that fits into there. And here is going to be your little hip rockets. All right, really nice looking. You just pop that. The same spot. Well, you don't want to do it that way. That one, I guess, is for the other side. Here we go. So we're going to pop that right on there. Beautiful. Boom. Now he's got some crotch rockets. Those come out. Those look really, really nice. Really nice clear plastic. They're a semi-soft. They're semi-soft. You know, like a semi-soft cheese. You don't want to put too much pressure on those individual little rockets. Let's put this back on. Because I feel like with enough pressure, those will snap and break, and then you're going to be upset. Because then you're going to have to buy a whole new figure to get those to work again. All right, and then we're going to get our wrist rockets. All right, and those have a nice little peg there. Mine are a little warped. I'm sure with some hot water that can be fixed, but those are going to plug right into here, right into his gauntlets. And as soon as I'm able to get this to stay, here we go. He's going to be able to shoot those right out. Get his mask on there. And that just looks really killer. Really, really just above and beyond on these effects from Mezco. I mean, as per usual, these guys usually always kill it. So that's it for his effects. Let's go into a few size comparisons with our usual suspects, and we'll be right back. Alright, so I'm pretty limited right now as to what I can grab from where I'm sitting, so we're going to make do with what I got available, because I'm making some room for some new figures that I have, that I want to display. So to start, to keep relevant here, we're going to start off with a Marvel Legends War Machine. Alright, so the height is pretty spot on. They're pretty exact. Alright, we have another Marvel Legends X-Force Wolverine here, who is, you know, he's tiny. He's a tiny guy. He's Wolverine. That's just kind of how it is. Alright, and then we'll keep on the Marvel Legends train here, and we're going to go ahead and throw an Omega Red, who is a pretty tall guy. So let's get him on this side. He's gonna face the other way. All right, so yeah, he's a tall guy, especially next to this guy. Okay, so as far as Marvel Legends goes, that's about where we are with him. Okay, let's get him somewhere. All right, let's get a couple Storm figures. We're gonna have our Orochi Iori, who, you know, is a tall figure. He's a very tall figure, but he's not that much taller than Mezco Iron Man. So that's pretty nice. Now, if we're gonna go beefy, we're gonna go Lobo. Lobo is, you gotta keep him in the back, because he is just a big boy. He is a thick-ass boy. We have right here a Violent Ken. Again, Storm Collectibles. All right, so he fits in with Storms pretty well. I'd say a lot better than I was expecting him to. Because, you know, Storms have their own imaginary 1/12 scale. And I just adore Storm figures. more than anything, they're my favorite of all time. Alright, so to do another line, we have our Mafex Hush here, who, for some reason, suffers from the same problem that this Iron Man suffers from, where he is just, his legs are loosey-goosey. But that's a decent height comparison there. We have our Hush Batman, if you want to call him the DC Universe's Iron Man. You know, superhuman money, superhuman just skills. Okay, so those fit pretty well. Iron Man is an absolutely well-rounded figure in terms of size. He fits in with a ton of different lines. He is just overall amazing, and I'm going to get into that shortly with our moral of the story. I am going to get some stuff cleaned up, and I will be right back with that. Alright, so moral of the story is, if you buy this used, make sure he has a stand. Mine didn't come with one. So I'm using my Wolverines, who's, you know, right, where is it? Right there. Anyway, this figure is phenomenal. I love that. I'm not too huge into the full bodysuit Mezco figures. The Cyclops was great, despite that, and Gambit is really heavily armored, so I love that. Krieg heavily armored, love that. Cable heavily armored, love that. This boy is immaculate. I love that there's, I mean, obviously it would make sense for there to be cloth, even though this suit was, I'm pretty sure, designed to be a sheet of cloth that kind of morphs into his suit. But anyway, the die cast, just, I love. The light, it's just perfect. The flip-up visor, it's amazing. You can probably find this figure for $90, $80 even. It's just, it's blown me away with how well made it is. The accessories are amazing. That chest light is just, I keep repeating myself, but I just can't help but gush about this figure. I've been wanting an Iron Man figure for a while. Me and my girlfriend have been starting over with the Marvel, all the way from Iron Man 1, working our way all the way to Moon Knight, all the series, everything. And after watching Iron Man 3, I just needed, after watching Iron Man 1, I needed an Iron Man figure, and this scratched that itch. I was able to line up a trade for it, and it just was so worth it, infinitely worth it. If you have the money to pick this one up, definitely buy it. I know there's a stealth variant. I want that one as well. I'm going to see if I can find someone looking to trade that or sell that for a realistic price, you know, 70 bucks, 80 bucks maybe. But he is definitely going to be amongst my top 5 favorite figures of all time. It's just so amazing. And again, just if you have the extra money and have the space on your shelf, make sure you pick this one up. You will not regret it. He's going to be an instant favorite, and you're, again, just not going to regret this a single bit. Thank you for watching. I'll see you for the next one.